Why the peace crown is only on Jesus' head, and why Muslims are cursed by Allah more than Jews. Jesus introduces himself in verse 33 of Surah Maryam. The peace be upon me the day I was born, the day I die, and the day I am raised alive. Why Jesus is the only prophet in Quran that has the crown of the peace for the entire life. Note that for all other prophets, Quran says, peace be upon them. Jesus is an exception in that the peace, and not peace, is upon him. For example, look at following verse which has a similar theme about Yahya, John the Baptist, Surah Maryam, verse 15. Peace be upon him the day he was born, the day he dies, and the day he is raised alive. We know that the peace is known, defined, and absolute, while peace is unknown and restricted. So apart from this point that points to another peculiarity of Jesus among all prophets, let's see what made him so special. Let's begin to see, according to Quran, the crown of the absolute peace is upon whom? Surah Taha, verse 33. The peace be upon those who follow the guidance. So, Quran is saying as soon as one follow the guidance, the peace be with him. So let's see what is or who exactly is the guidance by carefully investigating the following verses. Surah Fath, verse 28. It is he who sent his messenger together with the guidance. From this verse we find that the guidance is not the prophet, but is something or someone besides him. Surah Baqarah, verse 185. The month of Ramadan, in which the Quran was revealed, a guidance for mankind and clear proofs for the guidance. From this verse, we find that the guidance is not the Quran either. Rather, the Quran includes proofs for the guidance. So since the guidance is neither the Prophet nor the Quran, and since it is a known entity, it must be realized in a person who was together with the Prophet. On the other hand, Quran says that someone whom Allah identifies as our spirit was the one who gave Jesus to Maryam, because in verse 17 of Surah Maryam, while he is revealed to Maryam as a human, he says, I give you a purified child. And here comes another exceptional point about Jesus. While in Quran, other prophets like Zachariah or Ibrahim are being told by angels about their unusual child's born, Maryam is the only one for whom the Allah's Spirit is revealed as a human and gave her Jesus. This Allah's Spirit that is not an angel is Jesus' spiritual father and his guidance, whom Jesus talked about him more than anything else. This great Father is the one whom Jesus followed at his birthday when he dies, and will follow when he is raised alive. And exactly because of this complete following path, which holds only for Jesus among all other prophets, the crown of the peace from birthday to death, and to day of rise is for Jesus. So this Allah's Spirit must be the guidance, who is revealed in an era to Maryam as a human, was the one who came with the Prophet as the guidance mentioned in Quran, and was revealed in another era as Zulqarnain, and helped Aboriginals people of North America or Australia to get rid of dinosaurs. So why Jews are cursed by Allah? Because they tried to kill Jesus, who was the spiritual child of the Father. And why Muslims are cursed more than Jews? Because they killed the guidance, Zulqarnain of Quran, and the Father whom Allah swears by him in verse 3 of Surah Balad, where he says, and by Father, and what he begot. And guess what? Muslims not only killed the father, but they killed his wife and his children.